Hello, Sebastian Lacido here, and welcome to 5 Minute Fresh Start. I'm in Hosea. Hosea was a prophet. He had a very interesting ministry in that the Lord spoke to him and said, go take a wife of harlotry, go take an adulteress, go take a prostitute as your wife. And really, it was an analogy to the nation that of how unfaithful they were and uncommitted they were from God. In fact, in chapter 1, we're not going to study chapter 1, but it says, for the land has committed great harlotry and by departing from the Lord. So Hosea went and took Gomer, and they had children. But I want to look at a section of scripture that pertains to us in our life. In Hosea 2:6, it says, therefore, behold, I, God, will hedge up your way with thorns and wall her in so that she cannot find her path. She cannot chase her lovers, but not overcome them. She will seek them, but not find them. Then she will say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then it was better for me than now. For she did not know that I gave her grain and new wine and new oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, and they prepared for Baal. Therefore I will return and take away my grain in its time and my new wine in its season, and take back my wool and my linen given to cover her nakedness. For now I will uncover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and no one shall deliver her from my hand. And so God purposely set a hedge in Gomer's life, and that hedge was meant to cause frustration, be perplexed, confused, have anxiety, feel like you're running in place, and exhaust you, so that you actually turn and move, trying to move in your old life after you were found in the Lord, trying to go back to your old habits after you found the Lord, trying to go back and seek the things that used to make you happy in the world. But God sets a hedge so you can't be successful in it. And he hedges us in so that we suffer and we're frustrated. We feel lost. We feel like we're losing, like life is going by, like we're in a wilderness, because he wants to get our attention and turn us back. This happened to the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. It says, when he joined himself to the citizens of that country, they sent him into the field, right? And he would have gladly filled his stomach with the pods which the swines ate. No one gave him anything. This was the lowest point for any Jew in history, right? Was to eat, not only eat pork, but eat what the pork or the pigs are eating. It says, but when he came to himself, and that's what happens during that frustration. When you come to yourself at how many, of my father's hired servants have bread enough to eat and spare, and I perish with hunger, I will rise and go to my father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me as one of your hired servants. And he arose and came to his father, but when he was still a great ways off, his father saw him, had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck. And so he repents here. He says, the son said, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. And so in Hosea, we see that God will, because we come into the Lord, and a lot of times we have these wilderness experiences where we try and go back to our old self, try and go back into the world, try and go back to who we were. And God will hedge us in that place and frustrate us and get us to turn our back to him, right? This is really his love and his mercy being expressed in our lives. Hosea would have just chased lovers all day long and never went back to Hosea and lived in his family. And this is things that we all do. We all have these wilderness situations where we drift off course, and a lot of times we make wrong decisions. But God is there, and he hedges our way to bring us to a place of frustration, to bring us back, to see that sin in the life of sin is not worth it. We can go back to him. He'll embrace us and protect us and prosper us. And so Hosea is a good book. I mean, it's a good read, because we all have these episodes where we have, we go dry. And so anyway, that's today's teaching. Thanks for watching today. God bless you guys. Please visit our website. If you don't have our phone app, please download our phone app at the Apple Store or the Google App Store, and then pray about joining us as a partner. God bless you guys and have a great, great day. Thanks for listening today.